Hello and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Everybody, hello guys, my name is Sweeteners, and I would like to talk about the introduction of this alternative sweetener. So before I proceed more, before I get deeper about this alternative sweetener, what is exactly of this alternative sweetener? Guys, please don't say that you just know of what is alternative sweetener. It is a lie to me. Oh hello, because this alternative sweetener were also called the sugar substitute, and it's a substance used to replace sugar in food and beverage. And it was this alternative sweetener are divided into two. It is known as alternative sweetener and non-nutritive sweetener. And what is exactly of this nutritive sweetener and non-nutritive sweetener? So for this nutritive sweetener is a compound that provides significant calories from the carbohydrate in addition to a level of salinity intensity. So this includes sucrose, fructose, maltose, lactose, polyhydric alcohol such as xylitol, and also sorbitol, as well as the molasses and also honey. And besides that, this alternative sweetener contains 4 kilocalories per energy per gram. And as for the nutritive sweetener, what is that? So it is a compound that provides much greater sweetness intensity per amount when compared to sucrose. There are very small quantity of non-nutritive sweetener required translates into negligible calorie and nutrient contribution in the food product. So what is example of this non-nutritive sweetener? Have you ever heard about aspartame? Yes, it is an example of this non-nutritive sweetener along with the alsulfame potassium that is known as alsulfame K and also saccharin. So by this non-nutritive sweetener are twice better than nutritive sweetener because it just provide us with a little energy or non-energy at all. So guys, I bet this alternative sweetener are very good for us because it have no calories, it's developed as alternative to sucrose, it prevents tooth decay, diabetes, and the good news for girls out there is a weight control.
Hi, today I want to talk about the function of sweeteners. Sweeteners come in all shapes and flavors. It contributes many functions in our food. Sweetener also balance the acidity of other ingredients in food products. It retains moisture and maintain the freshness and food quality of our food products. Then, it acts as preservative in jam and jellies and prevents spoilage. So, it helps improve the shelf life of the food products. Next, it enhances the flavor of processed meat and helps to tenderize it. Moreover, sweeteners provide fermentation for breads and pickles because it activates the growth of the yeast. It also makes ice cream, yogurt, cakes, and cookies more creamy and add bulk to them. Sweeteners also contribute to caramelization. Besides that, it also adds as flavor enhancer in sauces, ketchup, salad dressing, and more.
Firstly is natural sweetener. Natural sweetener is substance used to improve the palatability and shelf life of food products. The example of natural sweetener is honey and stevia. Okay, and secondly is artificial sweetener. Artificial sweetener is food additive that provide a sweet taste like that of white sugar and also containing significantly less food energy. The example of artificial sweetener is saccharin.
Numbers are good for substances that are permitted to be used as food additives for use within different color description based on the specific categories of contents. These appear on labels and lists of the ingredients. There are 21 sweeteners currently assigned in numbers in Europe. The list includes 3 natural sweeteners and 10 artificial ones. There are 8 sugar alcohols. Stevia is given in number 960. It was first approved in France and has now been approved as food addition throughout the Europe. Stevia and Purevia boosts contain steroid. Nitrogen 958 is a natural sweetener that it has some reported side effects. Saccharin 954, an artificial sweetener, has none and appears to be safer. Advantan is the sweetest addition to the list. It is the sweetest substance yet created. It is 20,000 times as sweet as sugar.
Hi, my name is Nura Aina binti Osman and I'm going to talk about the additional info about the artificial sweetener. Okay, now, what we know is people today consume too much sugar in their daily life. But luckily, our scientists has discovered an artificial sweetener that is 0 calorie. But what people do not realize is this artificial sweetener is synthesized in labs chemically. So, are these all artificial sweetener are safe to be consumed? So, I will explain to you the list of the non-caloric sweetener from the worst to the least worst. Okay, now, firstly we have cyclamen, also known as a sucrose. It is 30 to 50 times sweeter than a table sugar, discovered by accident in 1937 by a graduate student at the University of Illinois. And then, a 1969 study showed that cyclamen could lead to bladder cancer in rats. So surprisingly, climate is still being used in other countries. Okay, next we have saccharin. Saccharin, also known as sweet and low. It is 200 to 500 times sweeter than a table sugar. The oldest artificial sweetener, it was created in 1878. Tests shows that in 1970s show a link to bladder cancer in rodents. So in 2000, warning labels were deemed no longer necessary after better understanding of the differences between human and rat metabolism, which lead to the conclusion that saccharin was not harmful to humans, so we can safely use the saccharin. Then we have A-sulfame potassium. It is also known as sweet one. It is 200 times sweeter than a table sugar and has a bitter aftertaste. Unfortunately, 2 rat studies shows that A-sulfame potassium may cause cancer, so we cannot use them. Okay, now aspartame. Aspartame, also known as NutraSweet, it is 200 times sweeter than a sugar, and it is discovered by accident in 1965 by scientists working for a company that will later be acquired by Monsanto. 3 independent rodent studies in 2005, 2007, and 2010 found that aspartame does cause leukemias and other tumors. Exposure during gestation and in early life was especially dangerous, but the FDA refused the findings of these studies. So we still use the aspartame. And now we have sucralose. Sucralose, also known as Splenda, it is up to 1,000 times sweeter than a table sugar. It is approved by FDA in 1998. A potential issue include DNA alteration and damage to healthy gut bacteria is found out by scientists after an experiment. A 2013 study indicates sucralose may cause cancer in rats. Okay, now we have stevia. It is up to 300 times sweeter than a sugar, approved by FDA in 2008. The product stevia sweetener is derived from the stevia leaves through a complex chemical process, but not enough studies have been conducted on stevia extracts. Some studies shows that infertility in mice and potential for genetic information, so further research is needed to confirm whether stevia can be used or not. now we have monk fruit sweetener. It is 200 times sweeter than a table sugar. It is extracted from monk fruit to a complex process. No health issue at present, but not enough research has been conducted to prove that monk fruit sweetener cannot be used.
Conclusion, there are two types of sweeteners, which are artificial sweeteners and natural sweeteners. Nowadays, the artificial sweeteners are much more sweeter, up to 1,200 times than real sugar. Therefore, consumers should really be concerned on what they eat and what they drink for a healthy lifestyle. For additional info, food manufacturers are not required to notify the consumers about the content of artificial sweetener, so we as a consumers